What's up, Boogie? This one hit home with your friend having breast cancer because in 2003 I was diagnosed with testicular cancer. Luckily, I had a form of cancer called seminoma, which is very curable. It's very much treatable. By some miracle, men are usually very embarrassed about going to the doctor and saying, hey, something's wrong with my freaking sack. So I didn't tell a doctor for almost a year and a half, and the tumor grew and grew, and eventually it got to a point where it was painful, and thank God for that, because that was at the point where I was like, I got to get something done about this. When the doctor saw it, she was flabbergasted. She was like, are you kidding me? You didn't say anything, you haven't told anyone. Proportionate to my size, the tumor itself wasn't that large. But in retrospect, looking at it after they took it out, it was huge. It was the size of a small grapefruit. Cancer is no joke, but humor is what got me through that part of it. Now, because I'm a big guy, it was very hard to find. They wanted to do radiation treatment instead of chemotherapy, because seminomas types of cells will react better to radiation than they will to chemo. So, unfortunately, because of my size, they were unable to find a radiation table that was able to fit me, because of the ring that you have to be put in and everything. It's just unfortunately too small. I find that sad that some people would have to die of cancer because they're too big. I mean, that's a very pitiful existence. We have the best medical care in the world, supposedly. Apparently, except if you're overweight. But in any case, I digress on that. It woke me up, just like you said. I came out of the surgery, and it was a new lease on life. I went in and did have chemotherapy, and again, because of my size, the amount of chemo drugs they had to give me was astronomical, because chemo is done by body surface area. So the drugs that they gave me were in tune, of course, with the size of my body. The chemo almost killed me. The right side of my heart stopped working. My kidneys failed. My white blood cell count was down to 0. There were a couple of times in 1 week where they called my wife at the time, Kathy, and told her to be prepared, that I may not make it through the night. And that was from the cure for the cancer. So I do, it's, life is a gift, and you have to live it every day. Very cliche, but that song, I can't remember who sings it, it's a country song, but it's Live Like You Were Dying, and talks about go skydiving, Rocky Mountain climbing, just doing all the things, and it's a neat song because it talks about doing the things that you want to do, along with the things that you have to do. And amazingly enough, at my size, I'm very healthy. I don't know, I think the chemo they gave me mutated my genes. No, not really, but doctors are just flabbergasted that my blood pressure and my heart rate and my sugar count and all that are all the counts of a normal person. But that doesn't mean that I'm not terrified that one day I'm going to keel over from a heart attack or something. So you inspire me to try and better myself. But yeah, I completely agree. Life is a gift. Life is precious. Life is something that you can't take for granted. Oddly enough, that same about 3 weeks after I left the hospital from the chemo, I was still very weakened. I could barely walk, and I got a call that my mother wasn't breathing, and that I needed to find a way to get to the hospital because we didn't think she was going to make it. And unfortunately, she did pass away. So I also feel you on that. And mine was a couple of years before yours, but we have so much in common that it's videos like these that really capture my attention the most. It's to lose my mother and to survive cancer and chemotherapy like I did made me take a very deep look at who I was and what I was all about. Unfortunately, me and my wife split at that time. It was just too much. Too much had gone down. Neither of us were happy with each other anymore, and there was just too much water under the bridge. But good did come out of it. We're both better people now. She was always a good person, but she's also improved. I have improved myself tenfold. So the Boogie's right. These things, they do change you. When something shows you that life is precious, the thing is, and I think maybe, I don't know, I don't think Boogie really touched on this, but it shouldn't take those things to make you who you are. It shouldn't take those things to change you. You should realize if there's something that needs to change, or there's something that needs to be done in your life before you're gone, do it. It shouldn't be something that has to be in your face to make you want to change. In any case, for all my subscribers, a little bit more look into my life, things you might not have known. For Boogie, keep it up, my brother. Your videos are amazing. They make me laugh. This one almost made me cry. Just because I feel your pain. But in any case, thank you for doing what you do, and you keep doing it. And for all my homies, peace. Much family love.